Welcome back to KSAT Plus, GMSA Plus.
Here we go.
And again, like I said, this is a fun show because this is us being with you guys on y'all's commute, in your homes, wherever you may listen to. And I know you always think to yourself, when the show is over at 6, guess what? News does not stop. So we're going to try to keep this thing going, eventually getting to a 2-hour window.
Eventually we will
get
there. Hey, we kind of thought that we might have to do some extended coverage today because of what we thought was going to be kind of some more impactful weather in the San Antonio area. Now, north of us, obviously, they are still going to be dealing with some things. But again, you can download us on your smart TV, KSAT Plus, and that's where you're going to find GMSA Plus. So again, also for our folks that maybe hitting the roads, but maybe some other folks that might be just working from home, getting a later start to their day, you can check us out here as well on all of our streaming platforms there.
We got some activity going on.
We do. Okay, so obviously, you know what, during this time too, things get a little bit busier out on the roads at Jaff, and it looks like we do have something out there right now.
Yeah, so let's go out to Alex Gomez, photojournalist Alex Gomez. He's been driving around all day long, kind of checking on the roadways, and apparently seems like we have some. So Alex, can you tell us where we're at and what we're looking at?
Good morning, Jaffney. You're right. This past morning, it has been pretty good until recently. We just had this minor crash pop up. This is going to be on the northeast side, 35 southbound, right before O'Connor Road. You can see we have SAPD here now on scene. The right lane is blocked on this one, 35 south, the right lane blocked, and also the exit to Wurzbach Parkway and O'Connor Road. That exit right now is closed. So exit early, exit around Judson, stay on the frontage road, and you should be fine. Everywhere else across the city, it's been pretty smooth, and I'm not seeing any other major slowdowns like this one. Also, this was just minor, so it shouldn't be too bad if you're going to be in this area on the northeast side, Jaffney.
All right, Alex, thanks so much. And again, another positive in this situation. I think it's safe to say that this isn't weather related.
No.
Because the weather is going to come in later on. But again, shout out to Gomez being on the roadways and letting you know exactly what you're looking at. That's not the only disruption that we got in our commutes going on.
No, definitely not. And you know what? Thanks to Katrina Weber, one of our awesome reporters here on KSAT 12. She posted on our Teams chat earlier about some flight cancellations up in the DFW area. So the big thing to keep in mind here is obviously Southwest and American. Those are major hubs for those two airlines coming in and out of Dallas-Fort Worth. So we do have some cancellations there. If you are flying out of San Antonio International Airport out to DFW, maybe you are going to check out that Cotton Bowl game, you decide not to drive, we have some flight here cancellations from Southwest and American. One here 9:05, that's a cancellation, and then a few other ones here. Southwest canceled one at 10:20. Obviously a lot of different flight numbers, a lot of things of that nature, so make sure to check out the San Antonio International Airport. I counted at least 11 of them combined with American and Southwest. So again, those are two major hubs there for the airlines.
Definitely
Southwest,
a headache.
American.
A headache when you get a flight cancellation, but it's okay. It's for good meaning though, because you have to be weather aware. Obviously, our airlines are weather aware, and we're weather aware here. And the best way to do that is to bring in the one and only.
There he is.
Justin Horn. Hey,
I need like a fuck.
Hey, that's our intro,
It's your
bro.
walk-up music, right? It's your walk-up music.
Hey,
Appreciate you.
we're gonna come up with a
Ball
better
player.
one for sure.
Okay.
I got you, bro.
I could deal with that. Yeah, you guys talked about Dallas. We got a little bit of freezing rain starting to fall there, so it's no surprise there's going to start to be some flight delays. You know, real quick before we jump into the weather, got to address something real quick since we're streaming. So this is a comment that we got on one of our articles. It says, all the hoopla over the cold rain, why can't we just wait till the day before the extreme weather is supposedly going to hit and send out the fear warnings?
Get 'em.
This is actually a very fair question.
It is a fair question.
And I think what
These are for
happens
the
a lot of
season.
times
I want you to
is-
cook, Justin. Cook, man.
No, well, but I think we try to get the forecast out as early as possible.
Yes.
We're always going to be perfectly honest with you what we're seeing, and the forecast is always going to evolve. And even yesterday we were talking about the fact that rain would hold off until the afternoon. It would be a cold rain here in San Antonio. But there are many different publications that you will find on the internet and social media, and you may read some of those and say, oh my gosh, we're going to get winter weather here, all these sort of things. What I can tell you is that once we get 3 or 4 days out, we're going to get you the best absolute forecast we can, hour by hour, and do the best we can to give you exactly what you need. No fear involved. We don't want to do that. We are just going to give you the what you need to know, and that really is what we try to do here at KSAT. So I just want to address that. It's a completely fair question, and I appreciate people asking these questions because we can address it. Let me show you the radar right now. We have snow across North Texas, a little bit of that freezing rain, as we said, around Dallas, San Angelo, That's where the rain is right now. And it's going to move in around the hill country, I think, here pretty soon. Let me focus in on Dallas real quick, because you guys pointed out the flight delays. Yeah, we're starting to see it switch over. That snow line is shifting south, so they may start to get some accumulating snow there, and that is going to cause some travel issues for the Metroplex, not here. The Authority radar a little closer to home. We're looking at our radar near Brackettville, and we're starting to see some of that pink color around Rock Springs and Junction. This is an area where some of this is probably not reaching the ground yet, but when it does, we can see a few sleet pellets, maybe some freezing rain here. I think impacts will be minimal, but we'll certainly watch it. And then around Del Rio, we're talking mostly rain at this point. And we'll put it into motion for you. You can see everything's just kind of starting to increase a little bit, and that's going to be the general trend over the next several hours. Rain chances here will do the same. So 40% at 10 o'clock, but we bring it up to an 80% chance by midday, and then by the afternoon. Rain is almost a sure thing. 100% chance of rain, temperatures will be in the 30s. The rain will actually drag temperatures down a little bit, so it's going to be chilly, but notice we're above freezing. So no issues with ice or anything here. And yes, as we've been saying all morning, you're going to school. This is what it is. They should already be at school by now, right? Yep, I think so.
They should be.
Yes, yes they should. All right, so Futurecast. Let's take a look at it here. And you can see that we get the rain that will continue to build in here. And it becomes more widespread. So this is noontime. We're seeing the rain fill in. You're still seeing a little bit of purple there in the hill country. Again, maybe some light icing in some isolated spots. But by 4 o'clock, we've got more steady rain starting to develop. And I'd say by the evening hours, we could actually see some pockets of heavier rain that could start to add up. I think eventually, when it's all said and done, we could see up to an inch of rain around here. 10 p.m., still seeing light rain and heavier rain starting to shift east at this point. And by midnight, everything's starting to wind down. And by tomorrow morning, we'll be just fine. Things will clear, and we'll get rid of some of the clouds as well. Ice impacts. We just kind of talked about this, but minor to limited in places like Junction, Kerrville, Fredericksburg. We've got JP and Kerrville monitoring things. If it changes here, we will certainly let you know. But bridges, overpasses, street signs, stacks, etc. That's where you would likely see just maybe a little bit of ice accumulation if that indeed occurs. Rainfall potential. And again, I think this is the biggest takeaway of all. This is the great news, is that we're going to get good rain out of this. In what is typically a dry month for us, we may pick up an inch of rain here in San Antonio, and even more as you go east, up to 2 inches potentially. There are winter weather alerts for parts of central Texas as you get up into the Panhandle where snow is flying this morning. Of course, Dallas, we talked about that. And then basically all of Arkansas dealing with some heavy snow. That's where the big impacts will be going forward as this winter storm really starts to take shape. Dallas could see up to 4 inches of snow that could accumulate. In the north of that, you'll see even more with some light snow for parts of West Texas and Central Texas. So our forecast, 44 tomorrow after our chilly, wet day today, turning windy, and then 56 Saturday. I do need to point out that will be below freezing Saturday morning. So another freeze for us, 60 on Sunday, and then we're back into the 50s next week with some more rain chances by the middle part of the week.
All right, Justin, check this out.
Okay.
I got to get to a toilet, and it's not because I got the bubble guts. It's because
TMI.
your daughter got me thinking.
Okay.
I got the ice. Okay, so apparently, Justin, you tell the story.
So my daughter came up to me last night and she says, one of my teachers told me that if we flush ice down the toilet, we'll have a snow day.
Okay.
I'm here to tell you that this is not scientifically proven. It does not work.
Have you tested
I had to
it?
break the news to her.
Have you
I
tested
haven't tested it.
Okay, maybe there's
do
a
anything.
right.
Anything to try and get out of
I'm
school.
telling you, as soon as we get out of here, this is going down the toilet,
Okay.
and we're gonna give it a day or two
All right.
Okay.
to test this experiment.
Okay. Again, that's the first I've ever heard of it.
Me too.
But you know
This
what?
is Science with Sarah experiment?
It could be.
Get all the
I know.
kids in the bathroom
The
right
kids
now.
want so badly to have a snow day, and I know that's the case, but it's just not in the cards this go round.
I did, yeah, so we will check that out for sure. Just, I did have a question though.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're going to get to 29. That's below freezing, but
Yeah.
you were telling us earlier during one of our morning meetings here that the wind's pretty much going to get this precipitation, the rain off of the roads, right?
Correct.
So that's
So
why
one
we should be
one thing we see
clear.
on the backside of these systems when it's windy is that creates evaporation, and it happens in short order. So even if we get a lot of rain, maybe up to an inch, there still could be some puddles going into Saturday morning, which we'll watch. But I think for the most part, most of it will evaporate.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we should be just fine.
And I will say this, on a serious note, I really appreciate you addressing the comments because, again, like we mentioned earlier, this is that time where we're literally in the car with you, we're going to work with you. We want to keep you guys tuned in, and if you have something to say, something to ask, as long as you do it respectfully, we're going to address it. And even if you do, somebody does get flared up, we want to make sure we give you the first upfront information right away in real time.
And this is not me whining.
No,
It's
not at all. We know
But
that.
this is the catch-22 that we're in.
Yeah.
Folks want to know the forecast as early as humanly possible, which we want to give to you. But there are going to be, again, other sources that are going to say, hey, that's this, and this. And we've got to, try to see through that and give you the information that's pertinent. And again, sometimes these things evolve, and it has. But we've been saying the last couple of days, cold rain, Thursday afternoon, and that's exactly what's playing out here.
All right.
All
Well,
right,
you've been
good
doing a
stuff.
beautiful job, Justin.
you.
Thank you for
Hopefully our
everything.
toilets are not working overtime now.
Well,
because of this.
I'm telling you, man, we're
We'll
about
see
to
what-
get it.
we'll
I'm
see
going
what
to try to
happens.
test it out. All right, guys. Well, thanks so much, Justin. And obviously, we're not done yet. We got
Yes.
more to get to. Obviously, again, weather is the bigger talker of today, but we got some headlines to
Yeah,
sprinkle
definitely
in
want to
there.
get into some of the news of the day as well. So again, thank you very much for being with us on GMSA Plus. Again, you could download the KSAT Plus app on your smart TV. All of that's for free. All this content. We appreciate you guys being with us on all these streaming platforms, including YouTube as well, where we got a little live chat going earlier at 7 o'clock. So
Right.
yeah, we appreciate it all.
Okay, so I'm about to go flush the ice. We'll see you guys after this break.
All right, welcome back to GMSA Plus on KSAT Plus. Again, you can take us wherever you go. Maybe you're out and about right now. We do want to get to some of our overnight stories because
Yes.
obviously we've been pretty busy with the weather. We figured that would definitely be impacting your day, but we do want to get to some of our top stories of the day, Jeff.
Yes, here we go. First up, 2 people in the hospital after a suspected drive-by shooting on the northeast side.
That's right. So this happened at a Whataburger on Ritterman Road around 10 o'clock last night, and that is not far from Loop 410. San Antonio police say that a car drove by the restaurant and someone inside fired gunshots at the building before speeding off on I-35.
Unfortunately, a man was hit in the ankle, a woman hit in the stomach. Both were taken to the hospital and are expected to be okay. Police are still looking for the suspects. So this is one of those stories where we need the community to step up. If they're looking for the suspects, hopefully they have an idea of something. I'm sure there got to be some type of camera or something out there. But if you have seen something, say something, because that's one of those situations we got to get them off the street.
Yeah, absolutely. So dangerous situation there. And again, those 2 individuals expected to recover, but something we will continue to follow. Now to the West Coast, Jeff.
Yeah.
I mean, if you see these videos, if you've been going on social media, I mean, this is just devastating stuff out there
Big time.
as those wildfires continue to ravage LA and Southern California.
So over 2,000 homes and buildings have been damaged or destroyed in the fires from Pasadena all the way to Hollywood Hills. 400,000 people across the region without power this morning. So that has got to be tough as well. Fires were fueled by high winds of nearly 100 miles per hour, which have started to slow, fortunately. So yeah, no, it's a pretty intense situation over there. We have a lot of people who are watching this right now, sending their prayers to those who are affected by this.
Absolutely. And you know what? Our Courtney Friedman, she's from Southern California. So I know that got a lot of family there. She did a story for us yesterday where she actually spoke to a former KSAT reporter anchor. Her name was Eileen Gonzalez. So if people are watching us, been longtime KSAT fans.
Yeah.
Eileen's been out there in the West Coast also for some time now. And again, our prayers going out to everyone there. So if you want to check out that story, check it out, ksat.com, kind of get that firsthand experience of what's going on out there. But that is tragic and devastating stuff.
Big time. And again, our prayers are going out to those people who are dealing with this. And I already know when things like that happen, it brings communities together and those communities stretch all across the country. So I pray that we can figure out how to get them back in a recovery world again. Let's switch gears real quick. We got to get to President Biden. He has a packed schedule a little bit. He'll be delivering former President Jimmy Carter's eulogy during the state funeral, which will include the U.S. Marine Orchestra and the Armed Forces Chorus and generations of dignitaries. So once the state funeral ends in Washington, Carter will make his trip home to Plains, Georgia for private services with his family. And there he'll be buried next to Rosalind Carter, his wife of 77 years. So and I think we're going to be carrying that live on our feed at 9, right?
We are, yeah. So that's going to be on air. That's going to be basically ABC News is going to have that funeral for former President Jimmy Carter, obviously a very influential figure in American politics going back to the late 70s, and someone that still kind of stayed in the public spotlight there, even as he got a little bit older, and then obviously he has recently passed away. So something that I know a lot of folks will be checking out on air, KSAT 12, also KSAT.com. So that means that we're actually not going to have a regular 9 a.m. newscast.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That is true. And again, like I said, thanks so much for just sticking around with us. I know we're trying to carry people on from us being on air to the stream. And I know some people like, going back and forth, but regardless, we're here with you guys, and we're going to try to eventually be here straight up through our 9 o'clock so that we're giving you real-time news throughout your morning commute. Now, up next after this short break, we got something going down.
Yes, we do.
Gotta talk about it.
Yeah, we do. Look, we got a lot of fans going up there to Jerry World that are going to be checking out the Texas Longhorns versus the Ohio State Buckeyes, and we're going to talk about some of those travel plans. Maybe that changed a little bit, and much more coming up right after this break.
Stay tuned to GMSA Plus. GMSA Plus right here on KSAT Plus. Again, giving you guys that news of the day. If you got us in your Bluetooth, you got us on your phones, wherever you're listening to us, we are here giving you the news that you need to know. Obviously, we were talking about weather all day, gave you guys some of those headlines that a lot of police are investigating, but now we're going to have a little bit of fun, okay? That's what this is about.
Yeah,
a little bit of fun.
Obviously, Friday, look, we got a lot of Longhorns here that are going to be
What they do?
making their way. Yeah,
Am I
horns
doing it right?
up. There you go.
Okay, I got it right. I like that. Okay.
Look, I'm a Texas State Bobcat. I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm cheering for Texas, but I can't do it.
I got you.
So yes, obviously a lot of fans are going to be out there in Jerry World in Arlington for the Cotton Bowl that's going to be taking place this Friday, and we only have hours to go until that game. And of course, we got tons of fans, thousands of fans heading into the North Texas area. But of course, this weather up there, as we start to see some snow and ice up there, forcing some fans to definitely hit the roads a little bit earlier than they planned.
Some folks still have flashbacks of that falling ice and snow during the Super Bowl 2011, but stadium officials say that there's no need to worry due to the updated ice guards and warning system. So do you remember that? Like, obviously, I think that was when I was graduating high school in Arkansas.
Yeah, no,
so,
I
don't
here
remember
at
that.
Yeah, it goes to show how long I've actually been here. Yes, I actually do remember. And you know what? I worked in Dallas before I came down to San Antonio. I worked at a TV station up there, and I just missed that ice storm. But I know that pretty much like completely snarled everything around the Arlington area. It was very hard for people to get to and from the game, that Super Bowl. It was crazy. The NFL has not gone back since that moment. So maybe Dallas, they'll get another one in the future, but that was wild.
Yeah, no.
It was an ice storm.
I can only imagine. I can only imagine how that would disrupt some things.
Yeah.
Let's get over to this. This is another fun topic here because we all know I'm not a coffee person. RJ is the coffee person.
Yes.
Justin's on my team also. But apparently,
like energy drink guy.
His Machu Picchu.
Machu Picchu.
Machu Picchu something. I don't know.
He's probably like, why y'all talking about my Machu Picchu?
Apparently, if you want to have health benefits of coffee, there is a certain time of the day that you have to drink it to experience the health benefits. It's kind of weird, but apparently you will reap some if I think you go between a certain time period.
Yeah, so this is all in a new study, and we know there's always studies for everything. Sometimes coffee is good for you, sometimes coffee is bad for you, but I'm going to take this as good news, as someone who drinks a lot of coffee to get going in the morning. So this study showing that people who drink coffee between 4 o'clock in the morning, and just to give you a little insight, we get here at 3:30 in the morning. So that's usually when I kind of get that first one going. 4 and noon, enjoy most of the health benefits associated with it.
But those who did so during other parts of the day didn't see any change from people who don't drink it at all. Okay, my question is, they didn't specify what are these health benefits? Like, am I gonna do I look younger or
it's health benefits?
What is it?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I'm just gonna go with health benefits.
Nah, see, we got our other producer here, Garrick. He's all about the coffee too.
Are you a coffee drinker? You are. Okay.
See, I don't get. I can't.
Coffee. There you go.
I am all about the ice water. Look, he got his cup. Yeah. Well, hey, you got time because you have several more hours before so you can enjoy those health benefits. I don't get it.
Yes.
I'm going to stick to my ice water in the morning.
Yeah.
That helps me.
Jav, you don't need any extra.
Y'all get me
you're
like
good to go. Yeah,
run
you're up all of
around.
energy from the start.
Well, either way.
I will say this: I don't have any sort of like home Keurig because I will continue to drink coffee. So at least this is kind of proving where I can stop once we get out of here.
Health benefits. Anyways, y'all, thanks so much for joining us again. Like I said, we are all about having that conversation start up with you guys joining us. And of course, the news doesn't stop of the day. We got so much more to get to throughout our day.
Yeah.
And I know just another reminder at 9 o'clock, rest in peace, former President Jimmy Carter. He will have his funeral taking place on air. On at KSAT. So that's something to keep in mind, and obviously keep in mind with our weather app and authority apps, because weather is going to kick up later on in the
later
day.
today, and we'll be all over it. I know our meteorology team will in fact be covering all of that. All right, you've been with us, GMSA Plus, since 4:30 in the morning.
Yes. You guys
appreciate it.
have a blessed one. And take care. Be safe out there and stay warm.